I guess first of all, how are you? How are your ribs feeling after that first game action in a few weeks?
Yeah, sore. Ribs are sore, but I'm just glad I got to get out there. Play with the guys. Obviously, it wasn't the outcome that we wanted, but thank the good Lord above that we have another opportunity to play this week as well. So.
How much of your time as you're rehabbing and coming back was spent just kind of learning how to tolerate the pain associated with every throw?
Well, I guess it was a day to day thing, depending on, um, you know, how I felt throughout that week, or depending on what day it was. Now we kind of rested it the first week and a half, first 2 weeks, and then, um, you know, I kind of sat down with the training staff, and we kind of talked about things that we were gonna do to try to help, you know, with speeding it up or whatever you want to call that.
You look back at the film, what did you particularly like about what you did on the field, and what are some things that you're looking to kind of improve on in this second game?
Yeah, I don't think it's more so me. I think when I look at the film, it's what we can do collectively as an offense. I think there's some things that we did really well in the game, and there's bits and pieces that we can kind of go back into the film room and say, this isn't up to our standards, and how do we go about fixing that? And that's what this week is for. We have another chance to play another game, another team, so we got to prepare this week.
He said that he's using those two touchdown drives that you were able to orchestrate as kind of the building blocks of going forward. What stood out to you about those two drives, and what you liked about it?
I think we executed pretty well, up front, within our RPOs, and then when we had to, push the ball downfield. Yeah, we were all on the same page, on those drives, on those two drives. But that's just something that's hard in this league, is consistency, and that's what we're trying to strive for, offensively, defensively, I guess as a whole.
So right now the team is 31st in yards per pass play. How do you get that number up from, right now it's 5.53 yards per pass play?
Well, right now for me, if we're 31st in the league in passing, but we're winning games, I think that's all that matters. Is bringing home the win. Whatever we can do, whether it's throwing checkdowns all game or handing the ball off. To me, that's what's most important, is not how much I can throw the ball downfield. I can throw for 6 touchdowns. If we lose, to me that doesn't matter. I think what matters is us getting a win.
How would you describe the mood of the team today?
Well, I think everyone's just excited for a win. Everyone wants to come to work. Everyone works hard. You can see it in the building. It's just tough. You lose, and you put all this work into it, and no matter how much you put into it, the outcome hasn't changed yet. And so, I would say we got a good group of guys. There's really no negativity, in the locker room. Guys are picking each other up, but that I think that's what this league is all about. It's you're gonna make mistakes, but it's how you learn from it, and we all have an opportunity for that. Offensively in the kicking game, and then also defensively.
Where would you say the line is between guys wanting to do more, but not wanting to do too much, or go rogue, or try to do something that's not really their job? Where's that line, kind of?
Well, I guess that's where trust comes in. You're trusting that the guy next to you is gonna do his job, and I think that's really what it is. In this team sport, is you're trusting the guy next to you that he's going to do his job, and he's trusting you that you're going to do your job. And, if everyone does their job collectively, that's what you're expecting, is the result to be good. So.
You guys are pretty sharp when you played the Falcons in preseason play. How much did you take away from those series against Atlanta in the preseason?
Yeah, I think you look at the preseason, you look at the practices that, we had joint practices with them. I would say they're a different team. they had different guys when we were playing. Obviously, they're going to have their starters out there when we're playing them, but the scheme's going to be the same. But you can see they're coming off a win. They're well rested, coming off of their bye. So for us, it's been the same things over and over. It's execution and go out and understand what we're going to do. Offensively, defensively, and the kicking game to execute what we need to do to win the game.
Are you experiencing any discomfort whatsoever when you throw the ball these days because of the ribs?
Well, yes and no. Yes, I there's some points of discomfort when I do certain things, but no, because when I'm in the game, you're just going. It just gets to certain parts of the game, I guess. So.
So I know you guys walked through today. What are some of the benefits of the walkthrough environment?
Yeah, I think some of the benefits with the walkthrough environment, especially coming back from London, it kind of helps us recharge and regroup. It helps us communicate a lot better, not going fast. It's at a communication pace, and you can restart it. The play that you've done. It's really for teaching, I would say. So I guess that's the benefit to that.
Going back through your history, coming up through different levels of football, is there anything in your past that comes to mind as far as going through a losing streak such as this one at 5 now? Anything that stands out as far as how you were maybe able to get through that point and start winning again?
Yeah. To answer that, I'd say it's a different league. High school is different than college. College is different than the NFL. And this is the professional level. We're not just pros on our team. They got pros on their team. They got good guys on their team. And, it's not easy. So I understand that. Our team understands that. We don't take winning and losing for granted. But to me, that's what it falls back to, is just, learning from your mistakes and continuing to grow. And like I said, the group of guys that we have in the locker room really are supportive of each other. And, I think that's kind of what helps the wanting to push to win and wanting to do good is, for the guy next to you. And I think we have a family-oriented locker room, and I think that's what's going to keep us, going the rest of the year.